welcome back. We're on the 55 tonight, and you won't see anything, but there's two speakers back in there and a relocate bracket that we had to modify. We've got the communications bus for the Dakota clock and its battery feed, and a start for the wiring for these speakers and that crazy little surround that goes on that. Plus we got that trim in. That was fun. And then we spent a few minutes and got the cables hooked up. So things work. That one's very satisfying. You can't see anything on the temp one because that's inside. And then the defrost one you can see. You can see that working. So those work. We're pretty happy about that. And I don't know how good it's going to sound, but this looks nice. I'm real happy with this aftermarket radio. The knobs are even really close. So, okay. I'll show you the fuel system in a few minutes. Okay, so as he's picking it up, you'll note that half-inch line is the feed, that 3/8 line is the return. They haven't been terminated up here yet. And you can see, I know we've got it in previous videos when we installed them. So you can see those come down and then transition into hoses at this point so that they can bend around the frame. Okay, so they're going to bend around the frame and kind of loop up and over as soon as it's on the lock, so I'll get under there. Okay, you can see it comes around the frame, and you know it's not pinched or anything. It's got plenty of freedom. Comes back and around and over, and we don't have these two hooked up at the moment. But there's our fuel filter right there, and here's our return line. Return line goes here. Fuel filter is coming right from the half-inch line from the tank. We've got the tank in. I don't know if I can show you all of that. It's pretty futzy in there. So yeah, and then this is where the sender and fuel pump, their electrical, are passing into the trunk. And then we'll run them up in our body harness. So that'll be nice and safe and out of the way. And then we started with a 29-gallon tank from, who did we buy from? CPP, I think. And it was, it's an okay kit for the cost. But we didn't want it all the way to the side because we don't have the spare tire well. That's already been deleted. So we re-drilled a bunch of holes and centered it. You know, it is kind of a bummer here, but you know, what do you do? But by doing that, that's going to give us some freedom for running our exhaust. So we were thinking there. And then we did start sorting out how we're going to do our fuel fill. So we've got bits to monkey with to get that all working. So this is part of what I haven't been showing because I am still figuring out what I want to use for editing videos. So the trial I'm on right now, I'll probably use that one more time, and then I think I'm going to try the Corel package and see what we can do with that. So, so there is our fuel system. I don't remember if I've shown everybody the Hydro Boost system is all installed and plumbed, and we're very happy with how that's come out. And then when the engine is in the next time, we will do the high pressure line and return line setup, and we'll make that work real nice. And I think just like I did in the Impala, that this car is probably going to get a small power steering cooler as well, just to help out. I've read both ways on that, and you know, if nothing else, it's slightly more capacity. And then you can see we should have plenty of room to get some nice sized tires back here. That shouldn't be a problem. He's already starting to look at wheels. I kind of know what he wants to do. So, you know, next time we have front fenders on, we will get our final measurements and get something that looks really nice. So yeah, so you know, it's not that we're not doing anything. It's just hard to sometimes remember to take video. Okay, we've got the sling adjusted, and I'll be dipped if that isn't pretty slick. It's going to be a little difficult when we have to fight some headers, because, you know, we're using the header bolts, but, you know, 3 things at a time. Just want to know if we're going to be okay with that power steering pump body or not. Well, this is why we test fit things. We are going to need that higher bracket for the alternator. It's just a little too cozy with that control arm. Well, just like we said, always check things. See how much clearance you got. We were kind of hoping to use this oil port down here for our sender, but boy, that's going to be a little snug. That might be hard to get at. So we'll see. Maybe we can do a little relocate on it and bring it up a little. One of the things that we wanted to make sure is, and you can see we got plenty of room for the Dizzy. Not worried about that. We've got plenty of room around the brake system. We know it's tight, but the headers do fit in here. We know it's not ideal. But one of the things I wanted to know was about our pulley system. For starters, no problem there. That'll work out just fine with that second hose. So we've got both of our returns. We want to verify that this does not leak in any way and get that cleaned up and coated. So that's going to work out really, really nice. Plenty of room there. This side, unfortunately, we do have to raise the alternator. So that should be fun. We're going to be in the a little higher. So it is what it is. We're going to make it all work. The custom spacers that we're having made shipped today, so hopefully next week we'll be playing with those as well. So yeah, we've got, you know, and we have to use these valve covers, putting them in, but I think once everything's working and we're happy, we can go to the bigger valve covers and they should just clear. But, you know, there's not a lot, there won't be a lot of free extra space around that. But you can start to get a feel for just how big that is. But yeah, that's not going to be too bad at all. I think we're going to have enough room to get everything we want in there. We're going to have to do the relocate for the alternator, which we were afraid of, and it was part of why we're test fitting now. And we've got plenty of room back here, so I feel a little better about that. Curious what happens when we put the hi-hat back on. Oh, I don't know where that went. We'll test fit some more stuff. But yeah, so that's probably going to be the end of tonight's 55 Chevy video, because I think I want to take a picture of this. I know I still haven't edited last week's video, so this will just be longer. Our spacers finally came in. I took a guess at how long I wanted him to drone tap those, and I was a little off. So we're going to have to take 4.5 threads off of each one of those so that we get the max engagement. We have the core support mocked up, and boy, that's going to be a little tight. So we're still playing. We did get the relocate bracket from CVF. It looks good. It's a little clumsier. I would have loved to have seen a locating tab or something in there to make it easier to line up, but it'll work. You know, I'm going to spend forever trying to get these exactly even. So, like I said, it would have been nice to have a locating pin. So, yeah, we're getting there. It definitely does get it up off the control arm, which is what we wanted. But boy, that's gonna, we always knew it was gonna be tight, but this is gonna be loads and loads of fun. So, but that's car crafting. Right. Well, we shortened down some of the studs. We shortened down these bolts just a little bit to get them to fit nice. There's our custom spacers. And they already look good, and they haven't even been polished yet. The important thing is, with the belt as far back as it can go. So see, now no more adapters, no more spacers. This is as tight as the idler can ride. That's as far back as the belt can go. You'll see it doesn't touch the pulley, and more importantly, it won't touch that power steering belt. You'll also notice we're snug. So it'll be interesting to see how our fans fit. That might be our very next thing we're going to kind of play with. Okay, we're starting to get these off of here. So we took these fancy covers off, and that's going to buy us a little bit of room. But we think we're going to still have to move the fans a little. Although honestly, this all fits a lot better than we thought it would. So taking those covers off buys us a little. But remember, this is going to flop around. So we do think the fan's going to have to come over a bit. We're going to have to take a look at the radiator and see what we can do. One thing that's nice, because we're using the V6 side, or the inline 6 side, so the radiator will be out here. Yeah, it's going to be pretty tight. But like I said, it fits better than we thought it would. It is going to be a bummer that anytime you want to do anything, the radiator's coming out. So okay, we're going to keep putzing. Now we got her back on a stand. Because, you know, there's always more to do. And I think this car is getting pushed out for a little while we wait for some parts. But yeah. So one of the things we're going to want to do is extend this up and find a nice way to get our oil pressure sensor for the Dakota there. And because there was enough room, but if we had to reach all the way down there to do it, it would not be fun. But I know GM used to have those ones on the back of the TPI motors that used to stick up, so I bet we could get one there. This fits pretty good. We're real happy with that. We're very happy with the belt. And these little spacers we had made, those look really nice. So yeah, that's hopefully a wrap. Hopefully I'm actually going to get a chance to edit this video together.